students, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nadia Patel. We are going through software engineering with UML series. Under that, we are going through SDLC, which is System Development Life Cycle. We have already gone through the first phase and explanation of what exactly SDLC is all about. We are looking towards the case study of constructing a house for, you can say, a family or a client. We have seen an overview of how the case study might develop, and we are just breaking that case study in the form of phases. So we have already seen the first phase. In today's lecture, we are going to go through the second phase of SDLC, which is system analysis, and we are about to construct a house for a family. So the second phase of SDLC, that is system analysis, gives us the detailed study of all the requirements from earlier phase. The first phase of planning and requirement analysis has helped us to gather all the possible requirements from the clients or the end users. After gathering all the requirements in this phase, we are going to carry out a detailed study of all of those requirements. Now, what exactly the detailed study of requirements mean? As the name is suggesting that we are going to analyze the system for constructing the house. If the requirement is given that they are expecting a two-storied house, how much of time, energy, or you can say resources or cost is going to require? How are we going to bring it into reality? All of those things required to analyze that requirement will be discussed in this phase. In this phase, we are going to study all the business data, operations, information flow, their relationship. We are going to find solutions for the problems. So we have already discussed that problems are the needs of the customers or the client, and we are going to find solutions for those needs. So we have discussed case study part 1, where a family is going to stay, and they have given us requirement as they do have some senior citizens staying in the house which are not able to climb the stairs. So in this case, are we not going to provide a staircase to that house? Definitely not. We do have to provide a staircase because it is a two-storied house, but we need to design it in a form that the senior citizens should not find it difficult to climb. In this manner, solutions for real-life problems will be, you can say, formulated or discussed or found. In this case study, we are taking, you can say, into account the real or basic problems of a family or a customer. But in software system or any software development, you can consider requirements with their problems like efficiency, optimality, computing speed. This could be our problems. But just because we have taken a real life case study of constructing the house, we are formulating such examples. Requirements gathered to build the system and user of the system should be considered. Here we are going to primarily focus on all the gathered requirements. In this phase, we are not going to again sit and ask for requirements. We have kept a dedicated phase of planning and requirement analysis. So after that, you are going to perform this phase of just sitting together with your team or your customer. In some cases, rare cases, you're going to sit with your team, discuss how we are going to build the system and make it live and productive. This phase is primarily carried out by a dedicated team or a person who is a system analyst. So these people are professionals who are having a good background, good experience in analyzing any system. So analyzing it is not only just taking a requirement and thinking that what we are going to do. One task you're going to do is you're going to find the solutions, but at the same time, we are also going to consider that are we fit enough or are we ready enough to build this system? As a solution provider or as somebody who is going to be the developer, we should also discuss with the team, is this system achievable or not with respect to the given budget and time. We have already discussed that 3 important documents Depending on system to system and company to company, n number of documentations are generated or created. But three popular documents are BRD, which is Business Requirement Document, SRS, which is the developers or you can say coding people's friend, which is System Requirement Specification or Software Requirement Specification document. After discussing and creating SRS, FRDs are created, which is Functional Requirement Document, which have got smaller or you can say basic functions in them, smaller modules. So the combination or integration of 2 or 3 modules is you can say seen or we find it in the SRS, and the whole system which has business related you can say operations in them, where even marketing team is interested to know that do we need some marketing if it is a commercial complex. Then there is a business team which also thinks about is our company fit enough financially to carry out this project unless and until we receive the total cost. So all the things related to business for developers, all the things related to developers where system is more of discussed, and all the things related to functions, smaller part of any system, are documented, and all the things are discussed in this phase itself. So some basic questions are considered in this phase. The first very most important question which should be tackled or we should find answer for is what must be done to solve the problem. Now exactly we have understood two problems of a client or a customer. We have also gone through the case study part 2 where a family has approached and they want to construct a house which in future they are going to convert in a hostel. So in this case, what exactly problems might occur in future can also be discussed. Right now, what is the need? Why are they constructing this house? It's something which as developer you should sit and find answers to. Next is we should also think about what should be done or what is being done and how should be the problem solved. So in a way we are going to sit and find solution. After finding the solution, we can sit and find how exactly we are going to bring this concept or design or requirement into reality. Slowly we are progressing towards thinking or visualizing real life construction. What are actual customers or end users requirements? So case study part 1 where the family itself is staying, so they are your you can say user of the system. But case study part 2 where we discussed that a family has approached but in future they are going to convert this house in a hostel. So proper end users are going to be the boys or the girls staying in that hostel. But we can't directly have a communication with the people who are going to stay in that house. So what you have to do is as a good developer, you have to imagine or visualize how exactly should this house be built so that the boys or girls staying in future should be comfortable staying in that house. So this is how things get formulated. Find a solution for the problem. Now again in this phase, you can come up with multiple solutions. It is not the thing that only one solution can be found. You have to sit, discuss, design with your team itself, the developers team, and come up with n number of solutions and then pick the best solution. And if you have found that yes, we have actually reached to a better solution, what you can do is just improve that solution. Again, certain activities are performed in this phase like drawing the data flow diagrams and to understand the flow of the system. DFDs, ERDs and any simple flowchart help you a lot in understanding any real life system. Whether that be a billing system for a hospital, that be a billing system for a shop, there can be an e-commerce website. So while discussing system, we have discussed real life systems. If you are about to create an e-commerce website for a system, you should first understand the manual working or flow of their work, how they are actually working, they are formulating, and diagrams help you the best. If you are about to create an e-commerce website for a clothing brand, what you should ask is, are you people creating or stitching the shirts on your own, or you get bulk purchases from somewhere? store it in your store, and then sell it to the customer. So unless and until you find the manual process of any system, you can't come up with a computerized solution. So diagrams are the things which help you the best. In our case study, where we are constructing the house, a formal flow of, you can say, how the house should be constructed in the form of a diagram can be studied. Secondly, a DFT to understand the flow of information of how you're going to lay the foundation, build the pillars, lay the first floor, and how the walls will get, you can say, created can be discussed. So here again, very important, something without which creating any system is impossible, almost impossible, is not using the fact-finding technique. This is the biggest mistake people do. They build over imagination, which is completely wrong. Always make use of some fact-finding techniques and gather information, not software, but gather information of flow of their manual work, where you can make use of detailed observation. You can create some questionnaires. Questionnaire is a question bank for which you take answers from the user, or carry out the best, you can say, ever technique, which is interview, where you just sit with your customer or client and go on asking questions. Like we see some interviews, or we you can say carry out interview as a technique. Get your answers, and yes, you get all your requirements. So that's it. This is about the second phase of development. We'll go through the remaining phases in our coming lecture.